clearly there's a level of technical competence about the sector and the segment that you're working in. But I think increasingly every member of the leadership team has also got to have some digital quotient and some ability to understand both the threats, the risks and the opportunities that technology poses for almost any business model now.
So I run a relatively small organisation in terms of headcount. I think the most important thing for me is that our executive team are adaptable and can manage a range of services. So our finance director is also responsible for corporate governance, people services, but is also operationally engaged.
So I think boards and executives are doing a lot to drive a high performance culture. And there's things that get talked about often, things like having a purpose that is meaningful, having diversity and inclusion, and for me personally that involves cognitive diversion, not just the typical sort of diversion. Different thinking, I think, is what you need to be high performing.
I think it's very important to be focused on the core purpose of the business. There's so many pressures from so many different sources. Our executive have to be capable of weeding out what's going to drive performance and what's perhaps less critical.
I think what board and the executive team should be thinking about is, what are the outcomes that we're looking for? So who are we as a business? What's our purpose, strategy? What are we trying to do? And is the high performance culture piece, is that sort of one of our super strengths, one of the things that we really need to have to deliver on the strategy?
The development programs, the right recruitment, the right employee proposition. So I think that boards and executives are doing a lot of those things. Well, if they do, how come that some companies have high performing cultures and others don't? And I think the magic ingredient there is actually leadership. So if you have all the right building blocks and elements of a high performance culture in place, but you don't have the right leadership that sort of drives it, it's not going to be very effective.
I think emotional intelligence, the ability to really tap in and have empathy to understand your workforce, your customers and all of the stakeholders.
Is it about skills? Is it about diversity? Is it about the way we do things and processes and so on, and sort of figure out what are the most important elements of the culture that will deliver the outcomes, because it means different things to different companies, in my view.